Good YouTube, it's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV back at y'all with another one. So, according to recent reports, the highly anticipated unification super featherweight bout between undefeated two-division world champion superstar boxer Shakur Stevenson, who is an Olympic silver medalist, who is the reigning WBO World Boxing Organization super featherweight world champion. Shakur Stevenson, 17 wins, no losses, no draws, 9 wins by way of knockout, 24 years of age, 5'8", with a 68-inch arm reach. He'll be taking on undefeated two-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, who is the reigning WBC World Boxing Council super featherweight world champion, Oscar Valdez. Oscar Valdez is 30 wins, no losses, no draw, 23 big wins by way of knockout. He is 31 years of age. He stands at 5'6" with a 64-inch arm reach. With that said, Oscar Valdez and Shakur Stevenson have now officially been made official now, and they will fight April 30th in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Mandalay Bay Arena, or the location could change to the MGM Grand Garden Arena. With that said, this has widely been considered and speculated to be taking place, but Oscar Valdez, according to Shakur Stevenson, was hesitant to sign the contract and still hadn't signed his portion of the contract. Well, Oscar Valdez, he has now announced that he has officially signed his contract, and they're just waiting for Shakur Stevenson to mull over his side, and they will looking to officially announce it, officially have press conferences, and officially begin the build-up and the hype for this mega showdown. This is a fight that Shakur Stevenson had been seeking out for quite some time. He's been seeking out a fight with Oscar Valdez for a very long time. He was the mandatory challenger for Oscar Valdez's WBO title, and Oscar Valdez was still fighting at the featherweight 126-pound limit before he moved up to 130 pounds to challenge the long-reigning WBC super featherweight world champion Mexican superstar boxer Miguel Berchelt, and he brutally knocked out Miguel Berchelt. So with that said, he was the underdog in that fight. Shakur Stevenson was looking to make himself the mandatory. Shakur Stevenson, most recently, he moved up in weight, and he beat Jamel Herring, who was the longest reigning champion at super featherweight, the WBO champion, and he beat him, dominated him, and stopped Jamel Herring. So Oscar Valdez, in his first fight, moving up to super featherweight 130-pound limit, he stops Miguel Berchelt. And Shakur Stevenson, his first title opportunity at super featherweight, he stops the champion in Jamel Herring. So they both ended 2 reigns at 130 pounds, and now they're on the collision course to face off against one another for official undisputed showdown. Okay, so and then you also have another major showdown that's going to take place between Christopher Colbert. So Christopher Colbert is going to be fighting for the vacant WBA title. Okay, and he and Shakur Stevenson have a verbal agreement to face off against one another in a unification bout themselves. Okay, they went back and forth. They went viral. And Christopher Colbert, he'll be fighting for the vacant WBA title. He's undefeated, 16 wins, no losses, no draws, 6 wins by way of knockout. He is 25 years of age. Okay, so Chris Colbert, 5'8" with a 71-inch arm reach. He'll be having a fight coming up very soon. I believe it's going to be February 26th, if I'm not mistaken, for the vacant WBA super featherweight title. So he'll be the WBA champion should he be victorious. And Christopher Colbert, he's looking to, face off against Shakur Stevenson in a major showdown, because Christopher Colbert is here from Brooklyn, New York. Shakur Stevenson is from Newark, New Jersey. So they're right across the bridge. So with that said, it looks like we're going to get Christopher Colbert versus Shakur Stevenson should they be, both victorious in their next upcoming fight. So that's huge for Shakur Stevenson. Imagine if Shakur Stevenson is able to beat Oscar Valdez. Okay, should he beat Oscar Valdez, and then he's able to go into immediate unification bout with Christopher Colbert in his next fight, that would speak volumes. Okay, so with that said, Chris Colbert, he's looking to secure the WBA title. Oscar Valdez and Shakur Stevenson on a course now to face each other April 30th. There would seem to be a lot of hesitation. Obviously, Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez, it's an easier fight to be made simply because they're both with Top Rank. They're both with legendary promoter CEO Bob Arum and ESPN. So it's an easy fight to be made. The Chris Colbert fight is going to be tougher for Shakur Stevenson to get made because Chris Colbert is with Premier Boxing Champion, PBC, founder and advisor Al Heyman, and he fights on Showtime and Fox. So it's going to be a network joint promotional situation that's going to be difficult. But this fight here for Shakur Stevenson is going to be a huge fight for both guys. If Oscar Valdez, who had a lot of controversy surrounding his last fight after he tested positive for a banned substance, amphetamine, ahead of his showdown with Olympic gold medalist Brazilian star boxer Robson Conceição, 2 weeks before, many people were saying that Oscar Valdez should be stripped of his title. He should be suspended. But there was no consequences for Oscar Valdez's actions when you had the World Boxing Council, the WBC president, Mauricio Suleiman, come out and say Oscar Valdez taking amphetamine was equivalent to having 10 Red Bulls. That's still a pick-me-up. It's still a performance enhancer. Nonetheless, Oscar Valdez was able to proceed with the fight. You even had the ESPN panel, former world champions and superstars and legends and Hall of Famers like Timothy Bradley, Andre Ward, and Joe Tessitore. They were saying that Oscar Valdez shouldn't have been able to allow the fight, because the facts remain, regardless of how it got in his system, regardless of how you view it, regardless of how much you believe it helps you perform, it's a performance enhancer. And what's the point in having USADA, and testing if you're simply not going to abide, by their rules and, their decisions. So with that said, he went into the fight with Robson Conceição. He struggled in the fight. Robson Conceição was actually outboxing Oscar Valdez, for the majority of the fight. Many people thought that he won the fight itself, definitely the first half of the fight, So he came back, and you even had Andre Ward that said that he felt Oscar Valdez got a little bit of home cooking, and the fight was in his backyard in Arizona. The referee took a point from Robson Conceição for the first time he landed a punch behind the head of Oscar Valdez, no warning. He took a point from Robson Conceição, but then Oscar Valdez was landing punches behind the head. He never even gave him a warning, okay? And then when he did, he gave him multiple warnings. So he never took a point from him. And then they saw Oscar Valdez winning on a landslide. One judge only saw Robson Conceição winning only 2 or 3 rounds, when a fight that many people thought he actually won the entire fight. So you even had Andre Ward that felt that, Oscar Valdez got a little bit of home cooking. But the fight itself, Shakur Stevenson is going to have a 2 to 3 inch height advantage over Oscar Valdez and a 2 to 3 inch arm reach advantage over Oscar Valdez. And Shakur Stevenson is a southpaw that's very accurate, very skilled, very talented, and he has the highest offensive defensive ratio in the history currently in the sport of boxing, meaning that he gets hit less than any fighter currently in the sport of boxing. So his defense is at this point in time bar none. Okay, he has the best defense in the sport of boxing, and Oscar Valdez is not hard to hit. So Shakur Stevenson is very great at counterpunching, and on top of you factor in Oscar Valdez, he loops with his punches. He could get very undisciplined and very sloppy with his punches. And Shakur Stevenson sees all of the punches coming. So if you get wide and looping with your punches and he can see them, and he's a great counter puncher, that can make for a long night for Oscar Valdez. That's why many people speculate that Oscar Valdez and his team were hesitant to sign the fight Shakur Stevenson, because it's just simply a bad style matchup. Okay, you have he has a well-renowned trainer, 2-time trainer of the year, Eddie Reynoso. And Eddie Reynoso, it seemed that they were all hesitant on that side to make this fight happen, okay? So with that said, Oscar Valdez, he's been outboxed in the past. He's been outboxed by Robson Conceição. He had that fight, like Andre Ward stated, that erased all of that memory of that took place when he fought Miguel Bichelt, and he was the underdog in the fight against Miguel Bichelt. And he brutally knocked out Miguel Bichelt, moving up in weight. Miguel Bichelt was anybody was going to get knocked out, you expected it to be Oscar Valdez. So with that said, that performance kind of erased all of the troubles and the vulnerabilities of Oscar Valdez in the past, and even in the Robson Conceição fight, okay? But with that said, Oscar Valdez is still a very good, talented boxer. He is definitely has a lot of power. He's definitely skilled. He's athletic. It's just that it's a matchup. The style matchup is a bad style matchup for Oscar Valdez. if you flat-footed and you're not very fast, Oscar Valdez is a style matchup nightmare for you. But on the flip side, if you're a pure boxer that has skills, that's accurate, can move and have defense, you're a bad matchup for Oscar Valdez. So we're going to find out April 30th, as it hasn't been made official. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. That's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
This is Amanda, the real deal Serrano, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.